In the sleepy coastal town of Barnstable, Massachusetts, where the salty breeze from Cape Cod mingled with the scent of pine, mornings were typically quiet until 6 massive German shepherds appeared on Main Street. Emerging from the dawn mist, their muscular bodies moved with disciplined grace, dark eyes surveying the world ahead. No leashes restrained them, no harnesses bound their strength. They marched in perfect unison, a living symphony of power and devotion, guided by an unseen hand. The shop owners paused in their preparations. Tourists reached for their phones, and locals gathered, whispering in awe and concern. Then through the mist, their commander appeared, a 6-year-old girl named Emma Thompson. Barely taller than the dog's shoulders, Emma was a small child, her red sneakers scuffing the sidewalk as she walked. She seemed engulfed by the pack's powerful forms, but the animals surrounded her protectively, responding to commands so subtle, a flick of a wrist, a whispered breath, that they could have been extensions of her will. To the crowd that gathered, it was a sight both mesmerizing and unsettling. No child of that age should be handling such beasts, muttered Eleanor Peterson, a retired school principal peering from her Victorian porch on Elm Street. Something's not right here, mark my words. What Eleanor could not know, what no one in Barnstable could yet understand, was that Emma's morning ritual concealed a story far darker and more extraordinary than anyone suspected. Her silent command of the dogs was not just a trick, it was a lifeline forged in tragedy and sustained by a bond that defied explanation. And soon that bond would reveal secrets that would shake the town to its core. Emma had not always been the silent shepherd of Barnstable. Born to Mark and Sarah Thompson, renowned dog trainers who supplied K9 units to police departments across New England, her early years were filled with barking laughter and muddy paw prints. At 3, she astonished her parents by calming a growling rescue dog with a single touch, a gift they nurtured with pride. But that world shattered on a rainy October night in 2019 when a pickup truck ran a red light on Route 28, instantly taking the lives of Mark and Sarah. Emma, miraculously unharmed in the back seat, emerged from the wreckage a changed child. Words left her, replaced by a silence that doctors called selective mutism with a hint of mild autism. She retreated into a world where only the dogs, Max, Bella, Duke, Luna, Shadow, and Rex, could hear her. Her grandparents, Robert and Martha Thompson, took her in, their cherished cottage in Cape Cod on Ocean Drive becoming her refuge. At 74 and 72, they were ill-prepared for the task. Robert's heart condition and Martha's arthritis worsened under the weight of raising a traumatized child and caring for 6 well-trained German shepherds. The dogs, once their son's pride, required daily exercise to maintain discipline, but the couple's modest income barely covered food and Emma's therapy, which yielded only polite nods from specialists. And yet they could not bear to separate Emma from the pack. "These dogs are all she has left of her parents," Martha would say, watching Emma sit among them, her small hands tracing patterns only they understood. Behind the peeling blue doors of the Thompson home, Emma discovered her parents' legacy, training journals hidden in the attic, filled with commands, techniques, and notes on each dog's quirks. Night after night, she pored over them by flashlight, absorbing her parents' wisdom posthumously. She developed a language of gestures, soft whistles, finger taps, gentle touches that the dogs obeyed with uncanny precision. When Martha's back pain prevented her from walking the pack, Emma took over. One cool morning, she hooked their leashes to her belt, stepped off the porch, and led them into town, a decision that would soon captivate and divide Barnstable. When Emma first walked her entourage through the town center, traffic stopped. Drivers gawked as the 6 shepherds moved as one. Max, the largest, a 90-pound guardian, taking point. Emma, almost invisible amid fur and muscle, walked silently. Word spread quickly. By the 3rd week, her route down Main Street had become a ritual, drawing crowds who set their clocks by her. "Would you look at that?" marveled Frank Delaney, pausing as he unlocked his hardware store. "Those dogs take better care of her than my kids do of me." Smartphones captured her every move. Videos of Emma gesturing the pack apart, flawlessly reuniting them at corners, went viral among locals. Tourists took photos, dubbing her the dog whisperer of Barnstable, though she rarely acknowledged them, focusing on her companions. The community's reaction was mixed. Officer James Connolly, who initially followed her for safety, became her unofficial escort, marveling at her control. 20 years in the force, and I've never seen canines this sharp, he told his team. The bakery reserved bone-shaped treats for this pack. Cape Cod coffee brewed hot chocolate for Emma, later collected by Martha with a shy smile. She doesn't take from strangers. But beneath the admiration, unease simmered. Eleanor Peterson, peering through her blinds, timed Emma's walks. 45 minutes unsupervised. "Where are her guardians?" she asked her husband Charles, who sighed and returned to his crossword. "Those dogs could turn on her or someone else. It's just negligent." Eleanor's suspicions found allies. Margaret Wilson, whose poodle once cowered at the shepherd's approach, crossed the street as they neared. The PTA president wondered why Emma wasn't in school, sparking rumors of neglect. When Emma missed the Easter egg hunt, whispers of odd and disturbing grew louder. Eleanor seized the moment, hosting a coffee for concerned citizens on her porch, where talk inevitably turned to the dog situation. Divisions surfaced at the Maytown Council meeting, ostensibly about leash laws but really about Emma. Michael Gallagher, a tattooed restaurateur, rolled up his sleeves. "Those dogs bring customers to my patio. Better behaved than half the people in this room." Diane Fuller clutched her purse. "My grandson is afraid of dogs after a bite. Why should he face 6 unleashed giants?" The ordinance remained unchanged, but battle lines were drawn. The storm erupted when Jonathan Pierce, a regional journalist visiting his mother, caught Emma's procession on camera. His article, "Child Dog Whisperer, Miracle or Menace," hit the web, featuring quotes from Eleanor and candid shots of Emma. By morning, national TV buzzed, "Is this gifted child in danger?" The hashtag #dog whisperer child trended, videos racked up millions of views, and online petitions sprang up in opposition. One to protect Emma, another to preserve her bond. Reporters swarmed the Thompsons' driveway, strangers knocked, and Robert's heart fluttered from stress, landing him briefly at the hospital. Emma, retreating into silence, emerged only at dawn, the dogs increasingly restless. Mayor Williams, under pressure, convened an emergency meeting with police, child services, and animal control. At a tense press conference on the town hall steps, he announced an official investigation into Emma's situation, sweat beading his calm words. Eleanor, in the crowd, declared it too little, too late. while Emma's supporters booed mentions of dog assessments. That evening, a black sedan pulled up to the Thompsons' driveway. Social worker Melissa Rodriguez and Officer Brett Jameson stepped out, greeted by Martha's trembling hands. "We're here to assess Emma and the dog's welfare," Rodriguez said neutrally but firmly. Robert, his voice quavering, explained, "After her parents died, these dogs became her anchor." As they spoke, Emma silently signaled the pack, their choreography mesmerizing the officials. The investigation unfolded over a tense week, experts filling the Thompson home, psychologist Dr. Alan Foster, behavioral veterinarians, therapists, all scribbling notes. On the third day, Robert collapsed in the kitchen, Max rushing to him, Emma following. She positioned him for recovery as the dogs formed a perimeter. "Max senses his heart episodes," Martha later told Foster, who nodded. "Seizure alerting, rare but real." This discovery shifted the case. Samantha Miller, a service animal expert, confirmed Max's ability to show attentiveness, suggesting certification. Public opinion wavered. Even some of Eleanor's allies softened. But Eleanor doubled down. One useful dog doesn't justify 6 threats. At the hearings in the Barnstable County Courthouse, Judge Sandra Ostrowski presided over a packed room. Rodriguez summarized the findings, experts debated, and Dr. Nathan Jackson, a young veterinarian in wireframe glasses, testified passionately about Emma's innovative signals and Max's role in medicine. Eleanor, composed and stern, warned of danger, waving photos of shepherd attacks. Then chaos. Max broke free, slipping from his handler, and rushed to Robert, nudging his knee as his face paled. Paramedics confirmed a cardiac event averted by Max's alert. In the chambers, Emma wrote her plea, "Please don't take my dogs, they stop the nightmares," revealing her literacy and depth. Returning to court, Emma spoke in a fragile but piercing voice. "Max saved me from the crash. They protect me." The room gasped. Her presence in the accident was news. Eleanor, stunned, withdrew her petition, requesting oversight instead. Judge Ostrowski ruled the dogs stayed, with supervision and support. Days later in the square, Eleanor confessed to Emma, "I caused the accident. Wine, distraction, guilt. A cyclist had startled them. Max lunged to protect, and Eleanor fell, breaking her wrist." Max was briefly detained, but video evidence of him saving Emma from a pond weeks earlier, along with Eleanor's full confession, exonerated him, cementing his service status. Summer brought healing. Emma's therapy with Dr. Jackson evolved into a program to help other children. Eleanor, humbled, funded Emma's future and quietly retired from public view. On Dog Companion Day, Emma stood by a memorial plaque commemorating her bond with the words, "Dogs and humans help each other. My parents knew that." Her smile illuminated Barnstable, a town forever changed by a silent girl and her loyal pack. The Silent Shepherd, a girl's unbreakable bond with her dogs reveals the hidden mysteries of a town. In the quiet coastal town of Barnstable, Massachusetts, 6-year-old Emma Thompson walks her 6 majestic German shepherds every day. Her silent command over the dogs is astonishing. Off-leash, with only subtle gestures, she controls them with incredible precision. But behind this amazing picture lies tragedy, the death of her parents in a car accident, after which Emma has become silent, finding solace only in her dogs. Her grandparents, Robert and Martha, fight to support their granddaughter and her pack. But the local community is divided. Some are delighted, others, like Eleanor Peterson, see the danger. The investigation reveals that Max's song not only saved Emma from nightmares, but also pulled her out of burning cars. When Eleanor admits she caused the accident, the town reimagines guilt and forgiveness. Emma, her dogs, and the community find a path to healing by creating a therapy program that helps other children.